Job 31. I made a covenant with my eyes. How, then, would you fix them on a virgin? What portion would I have from the God above, or what inheritance from the Almighty from on high? Is it not destruction for the wicked, disaster for those who do iniquity? Or does he not see my paths, and count all my steps? If I have walked falsely, and if my foot has hastened to deceit, weigh me in faithful scales, and God will know my sincerity. If my steps have strayed from the path, and if my heart follows my eyes, and if anything has clung to my hands, so let me and others sow, and let my offspring be plucked up to the root. If my heart was seduced by a woman, or if I set up betrayals at my neighbor's door, so grind my wife to another, and others bow down to her. Because it is an infamy, and it is a crime belonging to the judges. For it is fire that consumes to destruction, and would uproot all my income. If I despise the rights of my manservant or my maidservant, when they contended with me, so what would I do when God rises? And, asking the question, what would you answer? Did not he who formed me in the womb also make him? Or did he not form us in the same way in mother? If I withheld what the poor desired, or made the widow's eyes fail, or if, alone, I ate my morsel, and the orphan did not eat of it. For from my youth he grew up with me as with his father, and I was the widow's guide from my mother's womb. If I saw anyone perish for lack of clothing, and someone in need because he had no covering, if his loins did not bless me, if he did not warm himself with the skins of my lambs, if I lifted my hand against the orphan, because I saw my help at the door, then let my shoulder fall from my shoulder, and my arm be separated from the bone. Because God's punishment was an astonishment to me, and I could not bear the greatness of it. If I have put my hope in gold, or said to fine gold, you are my trust. If I rejoiced that my wealth was great, and that my hand had achieved much. If I looked at the sun, when it shone, or at the moon, walking in glory, and my heart was deceived in secret, and my mouth kissed my hand, this too would be a crime punishable by judges, for then I would deny God who is up there. If I rejoiced at the misfortune of those who hate me, and if I rejoiced when evil struck him, nor did I let my mouth sin, wishing his death with a curse. If the people in my tent didn't say, ah, who will give us of his flesh? We would never get enough of her. The foreigner did not spend the night on the street, I opened my doors to the traveler. If, like Adam, I have covered my transgressions, hiding my transgression in my bosom. For I feared the great crowd, and the contempt of the families terrified me, and I held my peace, and did not go out of the door. Oh! I wish I had someone who would listen to me. Behold, my desire is that the Almighty will answer me, and that my adversary will write a book. I would certainly carry it on my shoulder, I would tie it as a crown on me. The number of my steps would show you, as a prince I would approach him. If my land cries out against me, and its furrows cry together. If I ate its fruits without money, and suffocated the souls of its owners. For wheat give me thistles, and for barley tares. Job's words are finished. Job 32. Then those 3 men ceased to answer Job, because it was righteous in his own eyes. And the anger of Elihu, the son of Barachel the Buzite, of the family of Ram, was kindled. His anger was kindled against Job, because he justified himself more than God. His anger was also kindled against his 3 friends, because, finding no answer, they nevertheless condemned Job. Elihu, however, waited to speak to Job, because they were older than him. When Elihu saw that there was no longer any answer in the mouths of those 3 men, his anger was kindled. And Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite answered, saying, I am young, and ye are old. I was afraid to declare my opinion to you. I said, let the days speak, and the multitude of years teach wisdom. Verily, there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty makes him understood. The great are not the wise, nor do the old understand what is right. So I say, listen to me, and I too will declare my opinion. Behold, I waited for your words, and listened to your considerations, until you sought reasons. Therefore, considering you, behold, there is none of you who can convince Job, nor answer his reasons. Lest ye say, we have found wisdom, God overthrew him, and not any man. Now he has not spoken a word against me, nor will I answer him with your words. They are stunned, they no longer respond, words fail them. So I waited, but they didn't speak, because they have already stopped, and they no longer respond. I too will answer for my part, I too will declare my opinion. Because I am full of words, my spirit constrains me. Behold, within me I am like new wine, without a vent, ready to burst, like new wineskins. I will speak, so that you may find relief, I will open my lips, and I will answer. May I not be a respecter of persons, nor use flattering words towards man. Because I don't know how to use flattery, soon my Creator would take me away. Job 33. So indeed, O Job, hear my reasons, and give ear to all my words. Behold, I have opened my mouth, my tongue has already spoken beneath my palate. My reasons prove the sincerity of my heart, and my lips utter pure knowledge. The Spirit of God made me, and the inspiration of the Almighty gave me life. If you can, answer me, put your reasons in order before me, and introduce yourself. Behold, I came from God, like you, I was also formed from clay. Behold, my terror shall not disturb you, neither shall my hand be heavy upon you. Verily thou hast spoken in my ears, and I heard the voice of your words. You said, I am clean, without transgression, I am pure, and have no iniquity. Behold, he seeks a pretext against me, and regards me as his enemy. He places my feet in the trunk, and observes all my paths. Behold, you are not right in this, I answer you, for God is greater than man. Why do you argue with him, when he does not respond to all his deeds? Before God speaks once and twice, but no one pays attention to that. In a dream or in a night vision, when deep sleep falls upon men, and they fall asleep in bed. Then he reveals him in the ears of men, and seals his instruction to them. To separate man from what he does, and hide pride from man. To turn his soul from the pit, and his life from the sword. Also in his bed he is punished with pain, and with incessant strife in their bones. So that his life abhors even bread, and his soul detestable food. His flesh disappears before the eyes, and his bones, which were not visible, now appear. And his soul goes to the pit, and his life to those who bring death. If there be with him a messenger, an interpreter, one among thousands, to declare to a man his righteousness. Then he will have mercy on him, and will say to him, Deliver him, lest he go down into the pit, I already found rescue. His flesh will be more vibrant than it was in his youth, and he will return to the days of his youth. He will indeed pray to God, who will be pleased with him, and will see his face with joy, and will restore to man his righteousness. He will look upon men, and say, I have sinned, and perverted the law, which profited me nothing. But God saved my soul from going to the pit, and my life will see the light. Behold, all this is the work of God, 2 and 3 times toward man. To divert his soul from perdition, and illuminate him with the light of the living. Hear therefore, O Job, hear me, shut up, and I will speak. If you have anything to say, answer me, speak, because I want to justify you. If not, listen to me, be silent, and I will teach you wisdom. Job 34. Elihu answered further, saying, Listen, you wise men, to my reasons, and you who understand, incline your ears to me. Because the ear tastes words, as the palate tastes food. Let us choose what is right for us, and let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job said, I am righteous, and God took away my right. Despite my rights I am considered a liar, my wound is incurable, although I am without transgression. What man is there like Job, who drinks mockery like water? And does he walk with the workers of iniquity, and walk with ungodly men? For he said, There is no profit to a man if he delights in God. Therefore, you men of understanding, listen to me, far be it from God to do evil, and far from the Almighty to commit wickedness. For according to a man's work he pays him, and he makes to everyone according to his own way. Also, in truth, God does not act impiously, nor does the Almighty pervert judgment. Who gave him the government of the earth? And who made the whole world? If he would set his heart against man, and gather his spirit and his breath to himself, all flesh together would expire, and man would return to the dust. If therefore there is understanding in you, hear this, incline your ears to the sound of my word. Would anyone who hated the law prevail? And would you condemn him who is just and mighty? Or will one say to a king, oh, vile? Or to princes, oh, wicked? How much less of him, who has no respect for the persons of princes, nor esteems the rich more than the poor, because they are all the work of his hands. They die in a moment, and until midnight the people are disturbed, and pass away, and the mighty will be taken not by human hand. For his eyes are on everyone's path, and he sees everyone's every step. There is no darkness or shadow of death where those who work iniquity hide. For God does not burden a man more than is fair, to bring him to justice before him. He breaks the strong, without being able to ask, and puts others in their place. He therefore knows his works, at night he upsets them, and they are crushed. He beats them like the wicked that they are, in full view of the spectators. Because they turned away from him, and understood none of his ways. So that the cry of the poor would rise up to him, and that he would hear the cry of the afflicted. If he calms down, who will then disturb? If he hides his face, who then can behold him? Whether this is for a people, or for a single man. So that the hypocritical man will never reign again, and there will be no ties among the people. Indeed, whoever said to God, I have borne punishment, I will not offend again. What I don't see, you teach me. If I have done something bad, will I never do it again? Will the reward come from you, so that you reject it? You, therefore, and not I, make the choice, tell me what you know. Men of understanding will say with me, and the wise man who listens to me. Job spoke without knowledge, and his words lack prudence. My father. Job was tested to the end, by his responses typical of evil men. For to his sin he adds transgression, among us he claps his hands, and multiplies his words against God. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and make a comment.